the life of a virgin for 30 years.
30 years. 30 year virgin.
Impossible?
It is possible, clearly.
It is possible.
Clearly. Very possible.
I don't know.
Of
Challenges?
Of course
we'll
you
find
don't.
out.
Of course you don't know.
Friday has to pay, so says PM Gonsalves. What are your views on this? Hit us up and let us know. Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonsalves threw down the proverbial gauntlet on Wednesday evening, yesterday, as he candidly declared Lorraine Friday has to pay for potentially libelous statements that were allegedly made during a virtual media briefing hosted by the New Democratic Party last Saturday evening. Dr. Gonsalves was speaking as a guest on VC3 Channel 114's weekly installment of the Roundtable Talk. He updated hundreds of media audiences on the blow that I got in my head, the legal ramifications of blocking an elected member's entrance to and egress from the local House of Assembly, as well as why he was confidently laying the blame for his misfortune on August 5th squarely at the feet of the opposition leader. In an earlier part of the interview, the injured political leader said, I got the message from my security that both Sinclair Leacock and Lorraine Friday was trying to get in touch with me. I called Sinclair Leacock and I also told him, I said, I am calling you, but I will not call Friday. And if Friday calls me, I will not take the call because I hold him responsible, personally responsible for my injury over the blood spilling and concussion. The five-term Prime Minister doubled down on his previously communicated decision not to have any further relations with Dr. Godwin Friday. He says, I don't have to talk to him. If I have to do any consultation, what required by the Constitution, I write him. I don't want to have anything at all to communicate with him about. I don't want him to tell me morning and I'm not telling him morning. Not only not talking to him, not answering the phone. I am telling you, this is how I feel today on the 11th of August, 6 days after this incident. And there's more that I know that I wouldn't talk. All right?
All right.
Pet peeve?
I think it's petty.
Why
I think
petty?
it is
The man
petty.
talking his mind plain and
Yeah,
straight.
he's speaking his mind plain and straight. Thank you for that.
But
But
why-
I think
why
it's
petty?
petty.
Why petty?
I think it's very petty because a couple of things jumped out at me here, right? So Dr. Friday was attempting to call you.
Okay, wait. If you agree with Crystal or not, hit us up and let us know. She calls it petty.
All right? Yeah,
I think he
4301.
has a right to speak his mind. If that's how he feels, then that's how he
So you agree with
feels.
how he feels? If you were in the Prime Minister's shoe, would you not want to speak to the opposition leader?
Probably might not. It depends, and we'll find out why he has taken distance a little bit later down, right? And I would understand. All right, I could understand where he's coming from. I could understand where he's coming from, and you'll find out why a little bit later down.
Maybe
why
I'll change
he's
my
taken
mind.
Distance. Maybe you'll change
At
your
this
mind.
point,
But
I
so
think
far,
it's petty,
so
right?
far, all right. Why?
Because you are supposed to be, well, what you are telling us is if you have a grievance with somebody, you pass them straight. You don't say good morning. You don't say anything. You just stop talking to them.
You
have
looking
held-
at what the man there as in the somebody there? Is it somebody as in an ordinary civilian, an ordinary citizen, or you're looking at
But
the
this-
level
they-
of
at
the,
their
the
level.
role that they
Right,
play in the
opposition
country?
leader and prime minister of the country, right?
Right,
You
right,
expect some sort of
Maturity.
Thank you very
Maturity?
much. Some
Right,
high level
okay.
of maturity, right? You are also political leaders. Your followers are looking up to you. What you are
Kids are
telling to
looking
them,
up.
what you are telling them, right? First of all, Dr. Friday is not the one who threw the stone at you. Did he call for a violent protest? Did he encourage people to be violent? Was he really responsible for the sort of passion and the response people
Okay,
had in the street?
You're going good. You're going
Right?
good. You're going good.
Yes, even though it is not his fault, because the NDP would have called out a protest, he would have to take responsibility based on principle.
Well, he said that he's placing the responsibility clearly.
Squarely.
Squarely.
Right?
At the feet
I have
of the
something to
opposition
say
leader.
about that too. If you are also placing the responsibility squarely on Dr. Friday for what happened to you, how then do you respond to that clip that we played yesterday?
Which clip is that?
The clip where
it
sounded like the commissioner, who was saying that they dropped the ball, right?
Par,
they performed
and they were too tolerant.
basically taking responsibility for what happened to the Prime Minister. How then do you respond to that, even though you've already placed the blame squarely on Dr. Friday?
I see those WhatsApp messages coming. Keep them coming. Go ahead.
That vein, I disagree with saying that I'm not going to tell Dr. Friday good morning. I'm not going to speak to him. I'm not going to answer his calls. Dr. Friday is obviously doing what he's supposed to be doing. The Prime Minister of the country is hurt. You call him. Maybe he's calling to apologize. Maybe he's calling to check up on him. Somebody is probably checking up on your well-being. And you're saying you're not answering them because you place the blame squarely, even though the police might have come out and say they are sorry. Right. And they should have done better to protect you.
So are you saying that if he feels this way about the opposition leader, then
he should also feel that way about the police.
The police or the commissioner.
Whosoever. You understand? I think it's unfair.
All
if you read up to that point, that is my impression.
All right.
That is my response.
We'll go down some more. So he should be a big man about it. He should be a big man. And now it's kind of appearing little boyish.
Man, this is a child.
I could imagine morning, PM. Talking to. Something like that.
He wouldn't even answer. He wouldn't even
hold
bat an eye.
Straight and
would not even bat an eye.
Grin go up the face and.
I mean, I think it's an ego thing, perhaps, why you don't want to speak to him or you don't want to answer. I don't know. That beats me, but I disagree with that wholeheartedly, man. Let me hear some responses. Let me go to the Facebook.
Somebody says, what a PM. Teaching others, you see, they say teaching others to act the same way. Because yes, he has a responsibility to lead and lead by example. Okay. And if this is what you're saying to, especially the youngsters who are looking up to you, this is only taking us, especially the youths, further down that dangerous road that they are already heading when it comes to dealing with situations. Just last week we spoke about conflict resolution and all these type of things. And if you as the leader of the country, this is how you're dealing with this situation, it sets a very bad example. You know, that's me. My interpretation of what you.
That's why I say it is it's petty. And here's another point, right?
Go ahead.
We talk about political divisiveness, and the country is too divided. Everybody is either red or yellow. But you basically last night during that presentation, you have contributed to that. You have continued to contribute to that divisiveness. You're telling people now, basically, don't talk to Friday either. Don't talk to anybody from the NDP because I ain't talking to Friday. You know people are going to follow that. You know that is going to happen. But is that what you want?
No.
Is that what you want as a Prime Minister for us to be upset with the opposition so much so you just stop talking to them? Come on, set a better example, PM. Set a better example.
We're live?
Yeah, we're live.
We're live on Facebook.
Let me throw out some responses from the Facebook. Somebody says, pay for what? After that blow in... Hey, I mean, why did they even have that up for so long?
The lines are open, 4571043. Call us, share your views on it. Do you agree with Crystal that the PM is being petty?
All right. Somebody says that is so wrong as a leader. Someone says, one childish Prime Minister Vinci have. I am just reading. Y'all could see it on the live as well. Make sure you share. You understand? Pure oil down a guan up a country. A grenada with there. Somebody says throwing hashtag tantrums. Somebody says watch your leader. He says this is how I feel today. I'm thinking he needs time to cool off. If that is the case, you know that you are emotional. Stay off the media.
Yeah.
Stay off
Calm
the
down
media.
A little bit.
You understand?
It doesn't sound like good leadership.
Refuse interviews. Go take a rest and come back.
All right, let's take this one. Good morning, caller. Thursday drama.
Man, pick up yourself, Crystal. You are my number one political leader in this country, man.
Take that back.
Keep it
Take
going.
that back.
Keep it
Take
going.
back,
I
please.
love you. I love
Dave,
when you speak
I
your
noticed
mind.
something with you, you know. Every
love when
time
you speak
PM getting thrown under the bus, Dave calls first. When
You
we
want
begin
to-
up the
you
PM,
want-
we
I
do
know.
not hear
You
from
want to be
Dave.
trouble now?
No. I
You're
speak
so
in the
right.
truth.
You're so
Literally
right. Pick up yourself.
stroking
Pick up
his
yourself,
ego.
girl. I love you for that.
Literally
Next political,
stroking.
female political leader in the country, right? Go for it. Go for
Okay,
the chance,
Dave.
man.
All right, Dave.
Big up yourself, Dave. You have
All
a
right,
good one.
Dave. 4571043. Hit us up and let us know. Let's go with some more. That one is not for that one. Let me see. Somebody says I'm gonna chip the next time I go in there and this thing. Anyway, we'll go there. Lord, the PM is petty. Everyone has a right to speak their mind, but as a PM, it is clearly dividing the country even further and promoting steps towards violence. He sounds like a school picnic. Sounds like a school picnic, it says.
Somebody says he's trying to turn people against Friday. Here's another one, sending a wrong message to the nation as a leader. Here's another one, I would have been angry initially too, but I don't know.
But turning people against Friday. Political strategy, you think?
I mean, everything at the end of the day is politics.
But that's where we are as Vincentians, so that we can use these type of strategies to convince us, to influence us, and distract us from the real issues that are at hand.
Perhaps it's just a distraction.
I don't know. Somebody
Throwing
says
tantrums.
Petty Betty. Somebody says Petty Betty. Look at us. More coming inside. Very childish. Very childish. Another one says, I agree with Crystal. I find it to be petty. And I share all the sentiments that she shared. Remember, it's the unions that called the protest, not the opposition. The opposition joined in after. All right? Good morning. Come on, Crystal. The PM is just a human, as we are. I can understand the way he feels. When it's our experience, we would look at it differently. Not supportive with certain decisions about not saying hello. But he is hurting. Good morning. Thursday drama.
Hey, morning.
Morning. Welcome.
I heard somebody, a comment you read, saying that the PM have his opinion, but he's petty. But sometimes, not for we. I'm going to put it as certain people are going to say we, in general. You know what I mean? Some of we hypocritical.
In terms of?
There's a comment, I wouldn't call the person's name, I saw on Facebook with that individual concerning the same thing with the PM. And you know that individual don't speak to their mother?
Oh, that type of hypocrisy.
I won't call him. I won't call him. But
Give me a clue. Thursday drama.
That,
Man or woman? Man or woman?
There you go. A man.
Type of profession.
He's
What?
a mason.
He is a what?
Mason.
A mason. He's a mason.
Mason.
Mason as in surname or Mason as in?
No. Trade.
Oh, I can't figure it out. But let we go.
All right, yeah. Go on.
That's so hypocritical. You know what I mean? Because you're talking about the PM and you don't speak to your mother.
Yeah, but you see, we could always still hold on to the argument that, all right, he is an ordinary civilian, a mason, right? This is the leader, in inverted commas.
Yeah, but
leaders would lead, or we expect leaders to lead. Do you consider this as the right type of leadership?
No. I ain't putting it like that. But I'm just saying that.
But I get the hypocrisy. Of course, I get the hypocrisy. Yeah? All right, then. Blessed love, my brother. Blessed love. Thursday drama.
You know, something else, right? Something else, right? I have said repeatedly that I disagree with the act completely.
Of course,
1,000% should have never happened, right?
That's clear.
But why so many people found it fit to pick up objects and throw at the security detail and throw at the Prime Minister? That is a fundamental problem. Why are people so disrespectful? Why are people so aggressive and angry?
But how?
Right?
But
He
how
said
is
there's
this
a release
helping?
from there's a release from the office speaking to all the unlawful things that happened on that day, right? And that was not the first time those unlawful things happened. That was not the first time that people picked up things and threw at the Prime Minister's vehicle.
Even shaking
right?
down the Governor
let us
General
look
vehicle
at
and all.
let us look at the fundamental problem. A lot of Vincentians are frustrated, so frustrated that they will go as far as doing something as stupid as pelting a stone at the Prime Minister.
Let's go again quickly. Somebody says the PM song real grumpy. Song's really grumpy. He is being very petty. Here's another one. He's being very petty. No, don't get me wrong. I understand his anger and that he is hurting. But he is the Prime Minister. These are divided times that we're living in, and we as a people need our Prime Minister to set an example. Show us how to lead, because that is what leaders do. This is further dividing the country. I completely agree with you, Crystal. I completely agree with you. All right. Let me see. This morning, team, I was trying to call in, but I'm really getting fed up of Hamilton and his fake facts. Anguilla is over 60% fully vaccinated. Singapore is over 72% fully vaccinated. He need to stop misleading people. All right? Not too sure why we didn't get in on that one, why that calling, but
yeah, you know how it is sometimes.
Some voice notes are there.
Line's real busy.
Some voice notes are there. Let me see. More voice notes. Here's another one. He's sounding very childish. Yes, that's not the way to go. He should have kept from the media and keep those comments
that's how you feel.
to himself as the Prime Minister.
Yeah.
Let me see. Good morning, I'm with Crystal. And then it says, Crystal, no, two different things. The commissioner accepted the responsibility for not protecting the PM. Ralph is blaming Friday for the attack on him. I'm okay with him being upset, even him feeling it's Friday's fault. But it's petty as a leader. Now, let's go down a little bit further.
I don't think it's two different things, right? So he has accepted responsibility for not protecting. If he was better protected, he would not have received that hit. Come on.
But he also accepted responsibility for all that happened, claiming that the police officers were below par and they were also too tolerant.
Right.
Remember those two keywords yesterday?
Right. And let me see if I opened it.
Well, let me go all the time.
Okay,
PM Gonsalves pointed to 3 tests, which he claimed that Dr. Friday, as a leader in the circumstances, should have taken and met, even as he discounted the presence of civil servants at the August 5th Anti-Public Health Act Amendment protest. The first test that Friday as a leader should have taken and met is this. As soon as he heard about this, he should have gone on the bullhorn on the public address system on which he was speaking intermittently the whole day. He should have said, this protest now has to be discontinued. Something has happened. The Prime Minister has been injured. This has gone beyond any normal protest. I will have none of it. I will not encourage this and close it down. Agree? Disagree? I agree.
He could have done that. Right?
He could have done that. Upon hearing that, 2
people could have done it.
Him
and the commissioner.
And the commissioner. Correct. But
so if you're going to pull in Friday
then
for not dispersing the crowd, you also need to pull in the commissioner of police.
We don't usually agree on things, but
dispersing the crowd. You understand?
We don't usually agree, but I'm with you this morning. But I'll show you where I agree with the PM. That's the first thing. He did nothing. Okay, let me take this one. Good morning, caller. Thursday drama.
Hello.
Good morning.
The duty for all America in the House of Parliament is to pass laws, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But when lawmaker in the House of Parliament have to go to the public and say that they're taking out the peace of the protest, what they're saying to their protesters and to the wall.
That is information that was already out there.
Yeah. So when Friday and Liquor Condom say that they're innocent about it.
But explaining what is happening, you can't say that we are so ignorant as a people, my brother. Explaining what is happening in the House of Parliament, how is that inciting violence? I'll wait for you to explain it to me.
Listen me carefully.
I am listening carefully.
The bill passed there is to protect each and everyone. But the new Democratic
Party. What is being targeted? No. What is being targeted there is not for each and everyone. It's really catering to frontline workers. Just for correction.
It's for the best of the nation if you want the nation to go forward.
Right.
But NDP have this thing that to get rid of the Prime Minister. But this thing that what Sinclair can tell the nation that they're taking out the peace. Listen to the word. They're taking out the peace out of the protest. Right? That incite their supporters to develop
to not to be peaceful. Correct.
That's why the Prime Minister blood have to run.
That was on Thursday. That happened on.
Have to go in the hands of Friday.
That happened on Thursday.
It has to go in the hands of Friday or the hands of Leacock. Let me ask you something, right? It also said here that he answered or he will speak to Leacock. If Leacock is the one who made that statement,
who took the peace out of the protest.
If that is his rationale, why didn't he refuse to speak to Leacock?
Well, the Prime Minister have a good heart about it and he speak to Leacock, but still Leacock the sarcasm with to say it after his mouth. Because
yeah, but you're saying here you are. You're saying
at the end of it, all of them have to be blamed.
Right. So if that is the rationale, don't speak to Friday, don't speak to Leacock, don't speak to Cummins, don't speak to anybody.
For the peace, they come for war.
But you're saying, right, that Leacock is the one who took the peace out of peaceful protest. And Leacock Friday. Wait. And Friday is the one.
The plan they make from the leadership coming
and Friday is the one who came outside and explained what was happening with the public health, the amendment to the Public Health Act. But you're saying in the same breath that Friday should be blamed. I'm not getting it.
Listen me carefully. When you have your children in your home and you put rules and regulations, one go out and speak out and say that was the plan. That was the plan from Friday, all them come right down to don't make no pieces war.
All right, Carla. Okay.
That was a plan from all them from a long time.
Okay. All right.
Remember they say they do one not together with the Prime Minister.
Okay.
And
okay.
So
making the country ungovernable. Making the country ungovernable.
Thank you, Carla.
Is different to taking peace out of peaceful protest. Explain the difference to me. You could probably call back if you so desire.
One was in a different era.
Right? What is the difference between taking peace out of peaceful protest and making the country ungovernable? Conveniently, y'all like to be hypocritical, not so. Anyways, that was the first test outside.
Everybody wrong.
That was the first test outside to tell his people that they should go. The Prime Minister opined that the opposition leader's next scrutiny should have occurred in Parliament. This right here, I agree with. Right?
Sorry.
It should have occurred in Parliament where he failed to unequivocally condemn the violence. It took him about 5 hours before he did that.
Not
that
5
right there.
It's not like 2 hours before. It happened.
He said about 5 hours.
Okay, well, 2-5. Yeah.
Right? According to the Prime Minister,
it took him a while for you.
When Dr. Friday finally took a firm stance against the violence that cropped up in the now infamous protest actions, he equalized my boss head, where I have a right to traverse as a parliamentarian going to the parliament with some alleged incident between a policeman and somebody else. This sounds a bit kind of condescending on the somebody else though. That for me. But I agree that the time when
Actually, I don't get the condescending part.
Hold
there.
on, I'll get back to that. But the time that it took Friday to really address and take a firm stance on that situation, it was, and it came across as being disingenuous.
All of them.
Yeah, it should have happened right away. So I can agree with the PM on that. This here, okay. Let me see where it is. He equalized my bus head where I have the right to traverse as a parliamentarian going to the parliament. Right? That is his right. With some alleged, you hear this? With some alleged incident between a policeman and somebody. It's not alleged. It happened right on camera.
Well, he has to say alleged.
It happened right.
It happened right on camera.
So they had video evidence of that even before the police report.
A lawyer.
Right? Yeah, but you had video evidence even before the police could have made a statement, but you didn't have video evidence of that. Even when the man came and said, well, boy, he was taken to the hospital, but he was refused attention because the black squad came and basically chased him from the hospital.
All right.
But this is another this is another civilian who got a busted. And the same day the PM got a busted. And nobody paid him no attention. Not even the healthcare workers down at the MCMH. And that's okay?
Of course it's not okay.
So because you're not of a certain status, because you're not of a certain caliber, then you should be treated like this? That is what you're saying? It should not be treated equally because he is an ordinary citizen and I am the Prime Minister? What exactly are you saying? I could understand, yes, you would have to give more attention and more respect, and you would, even priority would be given to the PM. But you can't look down on the situation that another Vincent Shan got his head bust as well. He was refused treatment. The Prime Minister flew to Barbados.
True,
what exactly are we saying to our people then? Yeah? He was turned away from our local health facility here. Refused service while the PM was able to was able to fly, Jesus, peace, to Barbados.
Sorry, I don't mean to laugh.
Yeah?
Yeah. And then he came back with a big motorcade.
Here's the final one, the final assessment.
Because we gotta go.
He should have called Eloise, Dr. Gonsalves' wife, and say, I am so disgusted as to what happened to Ralph. Please find out from him if he'd permit me to come and visit him at the hospital. Friday should have done this as well.
What?
Good morning. Oh, man. 4571043, the digital state of emergency mix is coming up. Friday should have called Eloise and say, I am so disgusted as to what happened to Ralph. Please find out from him there, Eloise, if he'd permit me to come and visit him at the hospital.
But I don't get why he can't call you.
So are you saying that even if, right, Friday had just decided, let me go straight to the hospital to visit and make a check, that he would not have been allowed?
But not only that, right?
Yeah?
Right. Okay.
So again, let me ask the question.
Final point.
What exactly are you saying? So in order for, before this, in order for the opposition leader to visit the Prime Minister at the hospital who was injured, he had to go through the Prime Minister's wife?
No, but if you refuse to answer the phone, what is the point of trying to get onto you through somebody else if you don't want to talk to him? So he must dog up onto somebody else to try to get to you? I don't get that. I don't get that at all. I think it's an ego thing. You understand?
Ooh, mama.
It's an ego thing.
Looky here. Some more when we come back. The digital state of emergency mix coming up. You want drama? We got drama. Yeah?
The views expressed here on a Thursday are not necessarily a